done. Front squats. What was significant about what I did today? Last week, if you go back, 6 weeks or 8 weeks or so ago, I tweaked my left knee pretty good on a front squat. Not the front squat's fault. I let myself get way out of position, in a bad position. And it just, on that kneecap, felt funny. And then we go back like 3 weeks ago or so, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, I popped my right hamstring really freaking good. It bruised on reactive box squats, doing a set that I did not need to do. So when you come back from something like that, week one, instead of doing high reps, 10s and 5s and 8s, I work all of my rep principles backwards. Week one is a very sub-max single. I take my time, I go slow, and I work up to something that feels, okay, I get it. It's safe here. This is my safe number. Week number two, I'll take the similar weight or just a hair over for a double. Doing the same weight is absolutely fine. That's progress. Week three, I go to 3s. So my knee, my injury should be getting better every single week with the rehab that I'm doing. So I can do a couple extra reps all the way up. Week four is 3 sets of 3 with about 5% less or the same. If I'm not getting better, then I knock 5% off and do 3 sets of 3. If I am getting better, I'll stick with about the same that I did for 3 the week before and do the 3 sets of 3 with that. That number comes from the week after that would be a set of 5. So my general progression would be week one, a set of 5. Week two, 3 sets of 3 with the same weight that you just used for 5 reps. Week 3 would be add roughly 5% and or go for a heavy 3. So I'm going in reverse order as my body should be healing. But I try to keep roughly the same training max, something roughly based on what I did in week one. That's a great way to progress when you have an injury, setback, sickness, anything. So since my knee kind of went crazy a while back, I already did the singles, the doubles, the triples, the 3 sets of 3, and then last week was a set of 5. A lot of the weeks I did work up to a single after that, slower pace, seeing how my body feels under a slightly heavier weight. I'm not safely able to base my body, my training percents off of what I'm capable of front squatting. I hope that makes some kind of sense. So there's a safety factor that goes into my daily, weekly training max. But I know what I did for 5 last week, so I wanted roughly that for 3 sets of 3 this week. And I really thought that, after watching the video, reviewing how it felt last week, I thought I could add something to that. Do I add straight weight? When I made my notes a couple of days ago, I added straight weight. I went from 105 kilos to 231, and in my notes I wrote 115, which is 254 for 3 sets of 3. So I would have made the jump from 231 to 254 instead of doing a set of 5, doing 3 sets of 3. Those two should be equal. What you can do between the two should be equal-ish. And then today, the more I thought about it, hips are a little tight, tender, back's a little stiff, arthritis is a little legs are a little tired, knee feels okay after being warmed up. I thought it might be better to keep the same weight, the same 105, 231 on the bar, and just add 35 pounds of chains on there. And that's what I did. I kept everything the same as last week, but I added 35 pounds of chains. I am not good at chains. I could have added 70 pounds of bands and probably performed better this week than I did last week with less band tension. Added the chains, got all 3 sets of 3. They felt nice. Body felt pretty good. Joints are just, I've got some arthritis issues going on. Still trying to take less and less medication, and my body just says no. Went and saw the doctor yesterday, and you know what he said? He said, no, stick with the medication, save your joints. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to ruin your joints before you're 47. So Hey, that didn't go bad. And then at the end, I put a 10 kilo, 22-pound plate on each side, nailed a solid single at the end. I think that puts me at 310 pounds, something like that, plus whatever the blue bands add at the top. Felt solid, walking away without an injury. And that's going to set me up to take a few minutes break, get some sugars in me. Let's do some log pressing, guys.